All right, Jake, this is the 3.1 and 3.2 study guide. So the first question is, where do most volcanoes occur? Most volcanoes occur along the plate boundaries, which makes sense. Which type of crust are volcanoes most commonly found? They're actually most commonly found near oceanic crust. So that is the crust that's under the ocean. So around there, we will see more volcanoes. Name two types of plate boundaries that volcanoes occur at on Earth. So you have your divergent boundary and you have your convergent boundary. So those are the two types of plate boundaries that volcanoes most likely occur. Name the third less likely place that volcanoes will occur, and give an example location of one of these. Hot spots is a place where volcanoes will not likely occur. They're less likely to occur. So Hawaiian Islands or Yellowstone National Park. To find an island arc, and what type of plate boundary are these associated with when subduction occurs? So a string of islands formed by the volcanoes along a deep ocean trench where subduction is happening. That is where you get an island arc. And what type of plate boundary are associated with them? Convergent plate boundaries. Okay, so now you have high viscosity, which is thick, slow moving lava, versus low viscosity, which is runny, fast moving lava. So we're going to learn the difference between high viscosity, slow lava, or low viscosity, fast lava. So temperature is cooler in high viscosity. So if it's slower, it's cooler. The temperature is hotter, which is why it's running faster in low viscosity. Then you have your silica amount. So you have more silica in high viscosity and less silica in low viscosity. The color is lighter in high viscosity. The color is darker in low viscosity. So the name of the lava is Pahohiho. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Pahoho is for thick viscosity, and is low viscosity. The type of eruptions you get from high viscosity is explosive, and the type of eruptions you get from low viscosity is quiet. So high viscosity is cooler, has more silica amounts, is lighter in color, is called Pahoho, and is explosive. Low viscosity or slow moving lava is hot, has less silica, is darker, is called and is quiet. Give 3 examples of liquids that are high viscosity: honey, molasses, and ketchup. Give 3 examples of liquids that are low viscosity: water, vinegar, juice. Questions: where are volcanoes found? Most volcanoes are found along plate boundaries. What is a hot spot? It's an area where material from deep within the mantle rises and then melts, forming magma. What is a volcano? A volcano is a weak spot in the crust where molten material or magma comes to the surface. A molten mixture of rock forming substances, gases, and water from the mantle is referred to as magma. When magma reaches the surface, it's called lava. What is the Ring of Fire? It's a volcanic belt created by many volcanoes that rim the Pacific Ocean. So it's volcanic belt formed by the many volcanoes that rim the Pacific Ocean. Where do most volcanoes form? Most volcanoes form along diverging plate boundaries, like mid-ocean ridges, or along converging plate boundaries where subduction happens. Describe how volcanoes form along the mid-ocean ridges. Along the Rift Valley, lava tears out cracks in the ocean floor and builds new mountains. Is the following sentence true or false? Volcanoes can form along divergent plate boundaries on land. This is true. How does subduction at convergent plate boundaries lead to the formation of volcanoes? When older, denser plates sink into the mantle, rock above the subducting plate melts and forms magma. Since magma is less dense, it rises to the surface, breaking through the crust and forming volcanoes. Volcanoes at boundaries where two oceanic plates collide create a string of islands called an island arc. What are three major island arcs? Japan, New Zealand, Indonesia, Philippines, Aleutians, and the Caribbean islands. Circle the letter of the type of plate that collides to form the Andes Mountains on the west coast of South America: a continental plate and an oceanic plate. What is a hotspot? It's an area where material from deep in the mantle rises and melts, forming magma. How did the Hawaiian Islands form? Over millions of years as the Pacific Plate drifted over a hotspot. Is the following sentence true or false? Hotspots form only under ocean crust. This is false. The main idea: magma's viscosity depends on silica and temperature. So magma is made of silica. Viscosity is a property of magma. Viscosity increases with the amount of silica. A substance that cannot be broken down into other substances is called an element. Is the following sentence true or false? When frozen water melts, it's undergoing a physical change. This is true. Circle the statement that indicates a chemical property. B, when paper is burned, it forms ashes. And C, an iron chair will develop rust if oxygen combines with the iron. Fill in the blanks. The greater the viscosity, the slower a liquid flows. The lower the viscosity, the more easily a liquid flows. So the viscosity slows it down. Circle the liquids that have a relatively low viscosity: milk and orange juice. What factors determine the viscosity of magma? Temperature and silica content. Circle the letter of each sentence that is true about silica. Silica makes magma thicker, and silica produces light-colored lava. The rock rhyolite forms from light-colored lava. Low silica magma forms rocks like basalt. What happens to viscosity as temperature increases? It decreases and becomes more fluid, like water. Hot, fast-moving lava is called pehoho or pahoho. That's that funny word. Hot, fast-moving lava is called pehoho. Cool, slow-moving lava is called AA. Complete the compare-contrast table to organize the physical and chemical properties of the different types of magma. So if the viscosity of magma is high, it has a lower temperature and a higher silica content. If the viscosity of magma is low, it has a higher temperature and a lower silica content. State the relationship between temperature and silica content in magma that have high viscosity and magma that has low viscosity. High viscosity equals lower, cooler temps and lots of silica. Low viscosity has higher, hotter temps and little silica. And that's the end of our slideshow.